and today it is a very special live because today I want to talk about fashion magazines. Yeah, maybe I can surprise you, but I am fond of fashion a bit. I'm not an addict or something, but I really love it, and I buy sometimes fashion magazines. And I live in Montenegro, and here I have Vogue Adria, but there is one secret place where I can buy Vogue Italia, Italy. Yeah, for example, this one. So Vogue Italy, and they are really different. So I like Italian Vogue more, but Vogue Adria is often twice thicker. But I like Vogue Italy because I read it in Italian. I practice my Italian, and I like Italian styles, recommendations, and photos. But yesterday, so luckily, I found Vogue British. So, and of course, it's a bit thicker, and they're very different. They differ really. Yeah. For example, let's start from the language. So it's Italian. It is in English. Yeah. So how strange, yeah. But another. It is €6 and it is 15 euros. 15 euros, and I gave that price. So I paid. So of course, for me it's easy to read in English, and I got some new words and something. And what's another difference? So language price is that British Vogue is 15 euros, almost 3 times more expensive. At the end of Italian Vogue, we always can find horoscope, and that for me it is very understandable part, so I read it. I don't believe, but that it's quite interesting to find out something. So for example, Pisces. So we warn you that don't go there next week, so don't swim in the sea. No horoscope here. No horoscope in British Vogue. So where is my horoscope? And what I liked. Of course I liked English, but editor-in-chief of British edition, it's a woman with Nigerian and Swedish-German roots. She's in industry since 2010, and this is her letter, editor letter. And that as I read about her, so first I looked through the magazine, and then I read a bit. So she's Siome Nadi, and that I read that she's fond of street culture. She's very good into social media. She likes vintage. She loves it really, and she knows a lot about modern art. And it is really so this fact is depicted in their magazine. My favorite part, it was from page 114 to page 138. It's about so it is Dodi Kazanian, the article, and this is called True to Form, and it's a lot about textile, about forms. For example, this look. So we start from different models. Yes, it is one of the most famous plus size model, and this is one Indian girl that came to Met Gala in a, so it seemed to be casual jeans and blouse, but it was not. It was with a very, very deep background. And also there, quotes by very, very interesting modern artists. For example, look, I like this, and I like this. So when these artists say, so look this, the blend of textures. For example, artists say these words: fashion no longer asks for permission from art, and art no longer pretends to ignore fashion. And I agree, absolutely agree with this. This is a quote by Maurizio Cattelan, so it is an artist. Or I like this one, so this Nana and Serpent. And it is by Niki de Saint-Falais. It is a statue from 1992. And the next page is this girl that is wrapped. And you know that I think that it is extremely honest and it's extremely beautiful in spite of it's shocking at the first sight. And the model, here's the model, so the artist is Michaela Stark and Jill Courtleaf, so she's the model. Very brave woman, but I respect this. Look, I love Alexander McQueen. I like how this fashion house works with leather, and I think that this is masterpiece. I adore, so this is like armor warrior's dress, and it was McQueen for Givenchy old collection, and you know that it coincides with this summer we'll have premiere by Christopher Nolan Odyssey, and I think that it is a perfect dress to wear to the first night. But so I think that this is masterpiece. But let's go further. So this one, it is like tattoos, so some Persian culture. And it's very interesting, of course, it is a handcraft. And then, so this is a background, very interesting background. So I don't want to give spoilers and to tell everything, so better find British Vogue and read this article. It is really interesting, but look, I think that it's masterpiece as well. So I love when people work with fabrics like cotton and how they can turn cotton into some like it is like a gem, like diamond. Yes, so I can compare cotton in this variant, it is like a diamond, so it's really beautiful for me. And it is Mona Tulgarp, so she's also the model with Nigerian roots, and she's from Scandinavia, and I like this girl so much, and she's perfect here. And there once, so it was the quote of Laurie Simmons. I saw her collections, she's an artist. I saw her works, and she told, the museum is acknowledging that body, dressed, styled, and staged, it is rich and lauded as ancient relic, says artist Laurie Simmons. You know, very good, deep article with the links to Egyptians, to ancient Greeks, ancient Romans. I really got a lot of nice, precious moments reading this, and of course, of course, it's also can allude us to Alexander McQueen, to his first collection, yes, Jack the Ripper. But anyway, so it's very talented, and it's very nice, and So what I can say, that sometimes it's worth to buy fashion magazines. So go buy and enjoy. And you know that recently I've made my Venus. So this girl, um, I just needed it. You know that I made dolls sometimes. First, my doll I made when I gave birth to my baby daughter, to my daughter, and as it turned out, I had to give birth in one place, but I was stuck in another place, and I was so afraid because it was unknown doctor, unknown hospital. I was so overwhelmed and nervous, and I made a doll, cut my hair, made the hair for the doll of my own hair, and the doll had a daughter, so baby. And you know, it's really relieved me, and I felt myself more confident, and I knew that everything would be nice. I would stay healthy, alive. And you know, I took this doll with me to hospital, and everything was really nice, and I was safe. As you can see, I stayed alive and stayed healthy. So I made this doll. It is, you know, that it um, sends us to Russian culture. It's a kind of kokoshnik, but I want to uh, make it doubled face, because you know that the situation in Russia, it's like this, that Russia has the aggressive war and attacks Ukraine and kills children, people, civilians, and for me, in spite my deep love to my country, to Russia, I hate the war, and I want to show the second face of of this one. And I made this girl like a manifest of feminism. So it is a feminine, it is a mother. So look, she has boobs, she has so hair is on her body. But then it was 2 days ago I cut her arm and her leg and made an ancient Venus. It's like, you know, like symbols of our wounds that we have all our life. And at the same time, so it is like, you know, that armless and legless, it's like more piece of art, yes, than with arms and legs. So it is my personal Venus. And you know that I was so happy to find Nana and Serpent in magazine, and the main idea from this magazine for me, that fashion can't ignore art anymore, and art turns to faces to fashion as well. So and I in this journal, May edition, it is more American celebrities like Margot Robbie, and you know, I really in love with this Margot Robbie photo shoot. So she's electric, she's really hot. And she's so intelligent and so incredible. She's incredible. And you know that she's in Chanel campaign, according to Kylie Minogue video, where a lot of Kylie Minogues, and they made the same with Margot Robbie, but now with the new technologies it is easier. But anyway, I think that this is also a masterpiece, and it's absolutely perfect. So and I noticed that more American celebrities here in British edition, and more models in Italian edition. But maybe I really want to compare some magazines, and I like to look through, I like to see something, to find something interesting. For example, my favorite perfume, it is by Reda. And from magazine, I knew that Bayreda now has some colored perfume, so they have colored boxes and colored, but of course I like this classic, and I love this commercial. I like this winterish edition, so New Year edition. And sometimes I can find ideas and inspiration and new information about some products. Sometimes they're too expensive, but anyway, and so I'm not ashamed. I don't hide that. Sometimes I find fashion magazines, look through, find something, and so it's worth it. And thank you for watching about my comparison of Vogue magazines, Italian edition and English edition. Hi, I'm from Russia. And I really liked British edition, and I really liked the ideas that translated in this version. And in spite of the cost, 15 euros in Montenegro, 15 euros, I think I'll buy another one. It's worth it. It's worth its 15 euros. Thanks for watching, and bye for today. About magazines, maybe I will come back with Felton, but it's stop for now. And bye bye.